I'm working on it. Martin Brundle track walk. Jacob Ashcroft, let's make the cameraman walk faster. Oh no, we're at the front of the grid. He's going to have to stop now. How are you going?
Good.
Tell me about up until now. There's Tom's watching on right behind you.
Yeah.
How's your week been?
My week's been good. Third place for the final was a quite good start, so yeah.
It's a great start, third place for the final.
Yeah, it is. I worked hard for it, and hopefully I can go 2 places higher and win.
You're also our Rotax Max Challenge Grand Festival champion from Kirpin. Like Albie friend, we spoke with him before the last race. He's going to be on the podium.
Hopefully.
Well, Albie's on the podium, isn't he?
Yeah. Let's hope I can join him.
I hope you can join him too. But you know, when you look around here, you know some of these guys and some of the girls, they all work hard for this, don't they? But when you finally get here, what's the feeling when you suddenly find yourself on the grid for the final, second row?
It feels very good because obviously it's a rare experience to get a ticket to come all the way to here to race. So yeah.
We're going to wish you luck.
Thank you.
See you soon. Have fun.
Well, there we go. Jen Wade and Gus back and chatting to some of the drivers. You can see at the front of the grid there now, that is one of Portugal's finest freestyle footballers. That is Pablo. Pablo, the Portuguese footballer. And my neck, certainly just looking at that. Of course, the FIFA World Cup carrying on. Portugal, a passionate motorsport country, even more passionate about their football. And this is just an example of what the entertainment that Rotax try and bring to these events. It's not just a karting event, it's a celebration of 60 nations together working. The drivers probably aren't focusing too much, but Pablo is doing his bit. Well, I got to say, I taught him everything he knows. There we go. Don't talk about football, I'm Welsh. There, if it was a rugby ball, then I'd be in my element. But a big thank you once again, Pablo and the football freestyling crew from Portugal. Thank you very much. And the mechanics being told to leave the grid, and that is Lejos, who is one of his assistants, and Rui, one of the other assistants, but it's the driver with the really big curly hair that is the freestyling footballer. Let's have a look. That's how many keepy-uppies can he do? Obviously, Ronaldo being one of the most famous footballers in Portugal, but in the world. But it's karting that now we focus on. 36 Minimax drivers set to sit and then take the track for what will be a 14-lap race. Well, drivers, the ball is now in your court. See what I did there? This class, supported by IPK Praga. Jaden Else was your first champion in 2016. Marcus Armand, your second champion. Here is your full starting lineup. Pole position for Lebanon, undefeated so far, Christopher El Fagali. Harry Bartle from the United Kingdom on the outside of row number 1. Row 2 from the UK, Jacob Ashcroft and Thomas Predia from France. They won in 2017 and 2019 in this class. Tom Strella from Latvia and Vasilios Malamis from Greece on row 3. Travis Teo, Malaysia's best ever grid position in this event, starts 7th alongside Luis Basire. On row number 5, rounding out the top 10, UK Sebastian Mins and Team USA's Kai Johnson. Gage Korn from the United States starts 11th alongside Max Sadursky from the Netherlands. Row number 7, Jack McLaughlin from Ireland and Tiger Tezuka from Japan. Vincenti Garcia from Chile and Rasmus Koskinen from Finland start on row number 8. Row 9, Kasper Nissen from Denmark and Zdenek Babicek from the Czech Republic. Lucas de Longchamp from Canada and Gustavo Bonk from Brazil round out your top 20. On row number 11, João Pereira from Portugal and Juuso Soranki from Finland. Marcel Zibo from Hungary and Alexander Rogowski from Poland start on row number 12. Toby Gale from Thailand and Ryusai Sawada from Japan are up next. Then it's Jakob Assam and Alfonso Ferreira from Austria and Portugal, respectively. Dimitri Matranin from Kyrgyzstan and Nikhilesh Raju from India are on row 15. Alois Girardet from France and Paul Schön from Switzerland on row 60. The final 2 rows, Patrick Nikolic from Poland, Felipe Reis from the Netherlands, Zain El Homassani from the United Arab Emirates, and Juan Pinzon from Colombia. Joining me once again in the commentary box is Team New Zealand's Tiffany Chittenden. Tiffany, the drivers they were going to go out, they weren't going to go out, they've had a break, and now they're off, so they'll all be reset and ready to go, won't they? Yes, always helps if I turn Tiffany Chittenden's microphone on. Tiffany, as we were saying, the drivers, they'll be ready to go.
Yeah, they're pros at this, and although the delay is not ideal, the organisation did the right thing, took them off out of the sun, and they just had a complete reset.
Okay, here we go. 14 laps. It's a long race. Christopher El Fagali, we spoke to him, Jenny spoke to him beforehand. He's undefeated so far. But, of course, in the heats and the pre-finals, you've only got half your rivals around you. Now you have all the fast drivers starting directly behind him. Fagali, Bartle, Ashcroft, Prady, Estrella, Malamis, Teo, Bassere, Mins, Johnson, Korn, Swiderski. Any one of those, and maybe a few more, could be a winner here in 14 laps' time. Lebanon are watching. Christopher El Fagali will bring kart 137 into the tram lines. Now the nerves pick up. Now the adrenaline is coursing through their veins as the lights go out. We're off and racing. It's a good start from Fagali. Ashcroft in P3 follows him through. We come out of turn number 1. We fan out very wide towards turn 2 and 3. Oh, and a spin in the middle of the pack, and that's going to take out a whole bunch of leaders. That was the 4th or 5th place driver spinning backwards, and you can see 3 or 4 carts out of the side of the circuit. They're all going to get back on. I think, well, we'll catch up with that. Harry Bartle might have been one of them from Team UK. So Thomas Pradia, Vasilis Malamis, Travis Teo, and Sebastian Mins, along with Gage Korn, could have been involved. That's the worst thing that can happen, Tiff Chittenden.
Yeah, exactly. I think Bartle maybe just got caught on the outside, so he may have still been going.
Again. This is not what we wanted to see. You could see it was, well, come around shortly. We'll try and see who has not come around. Well, we've got Yuso Saranki has not come around at the first sector. Alfonso Ferreira is also, I did think, took the start. So we got 35 drivers, but again, there was a 3rd or 4th place. The one driver tried to go up the inside, realised the door's closing. When you do that, slam the brakes, and that just the momentum of all the carts are going towards the left, and suddenly there's a cart coming backwards across the circuit.
Yeah, I mean, these mini maxes are pretty quick. I think Zach's cart yesterday, he got up to 119 down the straight, so it's all happening really fast. And a lot, 36 carts into one corner.
Don't always fit. We will have a full restart once again. To apologise, it's been one of those. I think we've had 1 red flag in the first 3 days of this event, and suddenly we have 2 in 2 races. But
you have everyone together now. You know, in the heats, people have been a little bit careful because they need to make the final, and now there's nothing to lose.
Yes, and of course here we go, checking the nose cones on the carts to make sure that none have dropped down. We're not going to show you a replay of the accident because we have obviously a red flag situation, so one driver obviously in a bit of discomfort.
You can see the difference when they stopped. There's a couple of thumbs up to the mechanics and then a few others shaking their heads. So
maybe there's going to be some damage. Now what this does do, and that is
so you're not allowed to basically mix.
That is a somewhat second-hand finished kart of Yuso Saranki, so even if Yuso is okay, he won't be allowed to take the restart, sadly. Now, the drivers down at the back of the field. Here we have the officials, and the technical. There's Ernie Salmon, just checking to make sure the carts are safe. Now, if there's damage on the carts, the drivers, you can see number 147 at the back there, that's Jack McLaughlin, so he was go away.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's now the engine notes, right? Well, somebody at the side there was a bit quick off the mark. So, one more time for the 3rd time. 3rd time lucky. let's get ourselves underway. This is the rolling lap, 14 laps of Minimax action. Christopher El Fagali, Harry Bartle, Jacob Ashcroft, Thomas Pradia, the front row. Tom Strella, Vasilios Malamis, Travis Teo, Luis Bassiret, Sebastian Mins, Kai Johnson, the rest of the top 10. Then it's Gage Korn, Max Sadursky, Jack McLaughlin. Question marks over how healthy Jack McLaughlin's kart is. Then Tiger Tezuka, Vincenzi Garcia, Rasmus Koskinen, Kasper Nissan, Zdenek Pavicek, Lucas de Longchamp, Gustavo Bonk, Joao Pereira, Marcel Zibo, Alexander Rogowski, Toby Gale, Ryusei Sawada, Jacob Assam, Dmitry Matrenin, Nikilesh Raju, Alwas Girardet, Paul Schoen, Patrick Mikulik, Felipe Reis, Zain El Hovasani, and Juan Sebastian Vanegas Pinson. Now we've always said let's keep our fingers crossed for a good race. Let's keep our fingers crossed that we get the race in. Up the hill now. The butterflies will be going. Although I found that the minute the engine starts, the butterflies go away, and now you're just thinking, okay, how can I make progress? Where am I going to position my car?
Yeah, there's a lot of things for them to remember at the start, the tram lines, the speed, so they'll just be ticking all the boxes.
Here we go, through the final corner. On to the start-finish line. Lights are out. We're off and racing. Fagali gets a good start. He tries to cut across. Ashcroft is right on his rear bumper. Through turn number 1. 4 wide as they fan out towards turn number 2. One driver, one of the British drivers running very wide. That was Harry Bartle, and Harry's lost a lot of ground. And in the middle of the pack, there a little bit of bumping and boring, but everybody managed to keep it facing the right way. Down towards turn number 5 now for the first time. And it is Christopher El Fagali who has the race lead. Up towards turn number 9 for the first time, Sebastian Mins. Great start from Sebastian Mins. Wheel to wheel up into P3. Wow, Mins started, I think, 7th or 8th and is already up into P3. Driving the orange crash helmet, very distinctive driving style. And it's Jacob Ashcroft chasing Christopher El Fagali away. We can breathe a bit easier now. We've got the first 10 corners done and everyone's still pointing the right way, Tim.
Yeah, and it's tough starting on the outside.
Yeah,
Harry Bartle, he did well. You're kind of surviving, trying to get back in it, and it's a long way to go yet, so he did well.
Yeah, and again, the slipstream effect is going to be absolutely huge. The end of lap number 1, it's Fagali. We've lost, we've got Tiger Tezuka from Japan has lost a lot of ground, but it's Fagali leading, Ashcroft second, Mins in third. Then it is Tom Strella, Gage Korn, Harry Bartle, Jack McLaughlin. Here comes Bartle back up the inside of Korn for P number 5. McLaughlin, well, we worried if the Irishman's kart was okay. Certainly it is.
Yeah, he's moved up 6 spaces already on the first couple of laps, so all seems
could be
okay
what you were
so
saying
far.
About that, just sheer bloody-mindedness.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm pretty sure it might just been a drop down, which he would have been able to reset, I believe. Behind
that, Pradia, Bassiret, Teo, Garcia, Malamis, De Longchamp, Sadursky, Johnson, Bonk, Nissan, the top half of the field. Up at the front, Fagali has got 2 British drivers sitting behind him. Sebastian Mins, if you're wondering why Sebastian leans his neck over, he broke his neck playing on a trampoline when he was younger, and that is the way it has healed. So,
and watch out for Harry Bartle here, I think.
Yeah, Bartle is back up into 5th position. Tom Strella in 4th place. You can see Strella with that deep red and white racing. He has been not a great starter. His first laps this week have been poor. However, in every single race, he has raced his way back into contention. Strella, very strong. He's got Bartle right behind him. The top 3 trying to break away. Then 2, 4, 5 karts. Strella, Bartle, Korn, and the 2 French drivers, Pradia and Bassiret, trying to close down that lead group. They're battling for 9th place behind. That is Teo, Garcia, Malamis, and McLaughlin, and they are dropping back. But we could have a nice 8-kart lead train at the moment. If this group on your screens now sort themselves out and begin to behave, as Kasper Nissen runs wide there for Team Denmark, they can all still catch the leaders. We're on lap number 3 out of 14.
I think Bartle may have got up into 4th perhaps, and he'll be trying, oh no, not yet, but he'll be keen to get on the back of the lead pack rather than the second.
Yeah, and he's not, you can see he's not fighting with Strella. That's smart driving from Bartleby, and it's working, because even though Ashcroft and Mins are trying to work with Christopher El Fagali, now Latvia and Harry Bartle has joined the party. Behind them, we've got 3 more carts. That is Gage Corn, Thomas Prady, Louis Bassaret. And there is Bassaret passing Gage Corn. So the 2 French drivers passing Team America's Gage Corn down the hill. It does look as though Jacob Ashcroft is starting to push Fagali away. On the bank behind you, you can't see it there, just to the left of our screen, there are several huge Lebanese flags as the entire driving group and the parents and the entrants are all up on there watching Christopher El Fagali lead this Minimax race. Ashcroft is just he's Christopher Fagali's best friend at the moment.
Yeah, you'll see there's a big difference between this and the Minimax, the Micromax race, sorry. They were defending already at this point. Where,
yes.
They're working together, they're trying to get away.
Now Bartle's got into 4th position. Well, Fagali has got not just 1, not 2, but 3 members of Team UK bearing down on him. But he won't be worried about that. And Ashcroft is just, he's not trying to slow Fagali down to bring his teammates into play. He is just working with the leader to push away. This is smart driving from Jacob Ashcroft. And Christopher Fagali is trusting Ashcroft. The fact that Fagali's not defending.
He's kind of trusted. I mean, I don't think he's leaving the door wide open, but he's also not pole lining it quite yet.
We're on lap number 5 out of 14. 34 karts took the restart, 34 karts still run, and 8 of them, 2, 4, 6, 8, run nose to tail for the race lead. In 9th place is Greece's Vasilios Malavis. Ireland's Jack McLaughlin runs 10th, and still Ashcroft pushes Fagali away. Mins and Bartle in 3rd and 4th, trying desperately to catch him, and they're side by side for 5th. Is that Mins actually? That's Strella and Pradia perhaps slowing each other down. Out of turn number 5. This is a critical in the Minimac class. Coming out of that corner is critical, getting up the hill, because you're flat out all the way through turn 6, turn 7 here, and now it's you brake. As a change for the 2 British drivers, that's up the inside. Oh, Bartle up the inside of Mins. That's going to cost them.
Yeah, I think Bartle had to make a move. He's seeing the other 2 getting away, so...
And Mins was not really in the moods to let him go, so Bartle had to really ask a stern question, and it cost them both time.
Yeah.
The good news is we've got 8 laps to go. The heats earlier on this week were only 7 laps or something like that.
Exactly, yeah. So they've got to the end of that, and this is where the pre-finals were slightly longer, but this is where the mechanics are crossing their fingers, hoping they've got the tyre presses correct.
And have I bolted it all together properly? As the field pans out across the start-finish line, Marcel Zebo from Hungary drops the back of the field. I think Marcel Zebo may have had a problem. He hasn't come around, so we're down to 33 runners. The gap between... Oh, no, he is there. This is transponder's not working. Sorry. The gap between Ashcroft in 2nd and Bartle in 3rd is 9/10 of a second.
Yeah, and the leader's just on the fastest lap.
A 1:04.0. That's because that's impressive because he hasn't got a toe.
Exactly, yeah, that is. You'd expect that probably from the P2 guy, but it shows he does have outright pace.
It shows that, Ashcroft, you'd expect in the slipstream he would be able to, and you can see now there's daylight between Jacob Ashcroft and the race leader Christopher El Fagali as we complete lap number 7 very shortly. When they cross the start-finish line, we will be halfway through. Now Ashcroft, though, is back in the slipstream. This could even help him because he's going to get that extra oomph. They come through turn number 1, they start lap number 8. This is as close as Ashcroft has been. You couldn't fit a cigarette paper between the top 2 down towards the end. Still Ashcroft plays the waiting game. The temptation tip must be so great. I can see the lead. If I can only just get in the lead, then I'm there and I'm a champion. But he still sits and waits. Yellow flags a little bit further back, but that is a problem for Kai Johnson from Team USA and Vincenzi Garcia from Chile. That is a bit further back But yeah, the temptation is, now we get towards, oh, there's Bartle back up the 3rd position. Harry Bartle back into P3 with Mins 4th, and I think that might be who's in the lead French driver, Bassire, Preda and Strella. But can't count Harry Bartle out just yet.
No, he really needs to get back onto the slipstream of the 2 in front, so we'll see how it is this.
The slipstream is important, but if
he's just out of it, yeah.
If Mins makes another move, that could be game over.
Yeah, you're really saying, come on, let's give this another go to catch, you know, lap 9 of 14.
And Mins is on his rear bumper now, so Sebastian Mins, even though Harry Bartle put quite a forceful move on him, Sebastian Mins, he's smart enough to realise, look, don't fight back now. Oh, and he's got to defend there, and that was Luis Bassire up the inside, and Mins a late block there. He was like, no.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not pass. Down the hill, there's 2 leaders, there's lots of action going on. Further back, yes, Vicente Garcia has had to retire. Kai Johnson is down at the very back of the pack. Rasmus Koskinen has dropped back to 31st. Zayn El Homassani is up into 29th. If anything happens, Sif, just chime in. Felipe Reis is up to 25th. He's gained 9 positions. Paul Schurn up 15 positions to 17th. Jan Schwitter is Paul's driver coach, and Sophie Lansing is Paul's mechanic. She has done a great job for Paul to get him up after a poor start to the week for the Swiss driver. Patrick Mikalik is the biggest mover in the race, up from 35th to 14th. He's gained 20 places, has Mikalik, as we still watch the leaders on lap number 10. Strella now into P5, and the 2 British drivers in 3rd and 4th, Bartle and Mins, continue to work together.
Yeah, they've broken away now, and this is what they needed to break away from, you know, the guys behind them. So I'm guessing that Mins will give Bartle a couple of laps to see if, you know, they can catch the lead pack.
Yeah, and he's going to be aware of the lap time. We're on lap number 10 out of 14. If Sebastian Mins thinks, okay, we are going to catch him, he'll keep pushing him. If he starts thinking, oh, do you know what, I don't think we will, he'll go for the move.
Yeah, exactly, but probably one move and then they'll be back in the clutches of 5, 6, 7. So.
And that could be. So, I mean, it's such a balancing act. Are you thinking about it as a driver during the course of the race?
Yeah, and I think it helps that they're the 2 British guys. They maybe have talked tactics, but yeah, and no one really wants to finish 4th.
No, of course.
At the grand finals, so... No.
Everyone wants to win, but you know, if you can take a pot open, if you can take a pot home, that'll be, you know.
Yeah, they're running out of laps. So.
Oh, there's Vincenzo Garcia at the side of the circuit, the Team Chile driver, just being assisted off the side. He's okay up and about. But Christopher El Faghali, Lebanon. We have had one new nation on the Rotax Grand Finals podium, Chinese Taipei in E20. Lebanon have tried many times. They have they started with 1 driver, and now they've got 4 or 5, but the driving standards are going up and up and up, and I know there are a lot of problems around the world. Lebanon is especially affected by them. Life is very tough. There's lots of power cuts. But I hope back in Souk, back in Beirut, and back in all the other towns and cities in Lebanon that you've saved your power and you are watching this, because Christopher El Faghali, from this point on, whether Christopher wins or doesn't win, he has been an absolute superstar for Lebanon in this event. Can Jacob Ashcroft is sitting and waiting and sitting and waiting.
Yeah, and the minute he makes a move, then P3 and 4 have, you know, an insight.
They're going to be there.
It'll be interesting to see when the leader starts to get defensive. I'm guessing the next lap. It's going to change. We won't see any daylight.
Got to defend, yes.
Yeah.
At some point, Bartle and Mins have been very patient. This has been the high-speed game of chess. Don't count out 5th and 6th, the 2 French drivers, Preda and Bassire. They're working together. Strella in 7th and Gage Corn in 8th. Then it's Malamis, Sidursky, Teo, Rogovski, Mikalik, Gale, Schurn, Zibo, Bonk, Babicek, Matrenin, Rees, McLaughlin, Girardet, Pereira, Assam, de Longchamp, and the rest. But it's now are we going to start breaking loose at the front? We get a complete lap, 12 out of 14. 2 laps to go for Christopher Elfagali, Jacob Ashcroft, Harry Bartle and Sebastian Mins. Roll your sleeves up, sharpen your elbows. Now things will get very, very interesting indeed.
And Bartle's the closest he's been for
Harry Bartle, he's broken away from Sebastian Mins. Harry Bartle, the minute Ashcroft, or the minute Fagali now defends, Bartle is there. We've lost Marcel Zebo and Jack McLaughlin, sadly, out of the race. No, sorry, Zebo's transponder not working, he's still in, but McLaughlin is out. We've got a lap and a half to go. What's Fagali going to have to do now, Tim?
I'm pretty sure he's going to have to defend, although Ashcroft is looking behind him as well, so it's tough, yeah. You know, it's a way up. You want to win. Also, do you want to lose a podium position? But
now that Bartle's caught, Ashcroft's got to defend as well as attack.
And Ashcroft is very quick on the second part of the track.
Well, the last lap board goes out. Lebanon lead the United Kingdom and the United Kingdom again. Down the main straight towards turn 2. Under braking, Ashcroft can't make a move to the lead. Fagali just covers. Bartle is there in 3rd. Out of turn 4. Can Bartle... Fagali left the door open a little bit, but he's going to get a good run up the hill, Tim.
Yeah, and this is where Fagali is quite quick. I think also Ashcroft was just being careful of what's happening behind him as well.
Yep, Jacob Ashcroft looks over his shoulder again. And now Bartle's going to get a good run through turn number 8, turn number 9, but he can't make the move. Down the hill, half a lap to go for Lebanon. Half a lap to go for Christopher Elfagali. Into turn number 12. Ashcroft can't make the move, neither can Bartle. Mins is no longer a factor. Here goes Bartle at the inside. No, now Bartle's lost momentum. It's between Christopher Elfagali and Jacob Ashcroft. Lebanon, stand up. You have a new superstar. His name is Christopher Elfagali. Welcome to the top step of World Karting Team Lebanon. Wow. Tip Chittenden, he went through the entire week undefeated. Abdo Elfagali, his dad, I know, is a drift racer and he's a big personality in Lebanon. While Christopher, you have just eclipsed your dad's achievement because you are a global champion, my son.
Yeah, pretty good. You don't see that often in mini max. So to lead every race and the final, and yeah, I think Ashcroft just had nothing for him.
Well, Jacob Ashcroft, let's tell the story of Jacob Ashcroft. Qualified for this event back in 2020, then it was cancelled. He races cadet in the UK. Halfway through the year, he said, no, I've got unfinished business with this event. I'm going to stop racing cadet. He withdrew from the British Championship to go to the Grand Festival. It was, you know, we say the word or bust. He went and he did it. He qualified, he got his ticket. Everything here is about just, you know, being here after 2 years after, you know, not qualifying, and he is on the podium. Congratulations to his dad Barry, who had a big health scare last year and has lost about 50-60 pounds just to be able to be out there, so congratulations. Harry Bartle, his first season in the British Championship this year, he started the Daniel Ricciardo series and he comes away with the podium. Sebastian Mins just misses out. We had emotion with Portugal. We're about to see some emotion from Lebanon. There is Bartle, there is the number 124 cut of Gage Corn. He had redemption on his mind after not doing too well last year. He finished 18th last year. He's finished 8th this year. There is Lebanon. Look at that. That is Jacob Ashcroft's dad Barry hugging the kid who has just beaten his son. Yeah, that's what it's all about.
I think you have respect for them. You know how hard it is to do what he's just done, and
again, it's remarkable just the level of, you know, cool, calm, collectedness that these drivers have. You know, what have you got to say about